All right, welcome everybody. Thank you for joining us here today. This is our second, as Lori says, season 1, episode 2 of the LessonPix show and tell. And we're glad you joined us. We are going to spend the next half hour or so showing off LessonPix stuff, inviting some of our users to show off what they're doing, and adding a couple new, at least one new template we're going to go over today, right?
Exactly.
All right.
Another new template.
Another new template. Exactly right. So we are joined today by Deb Kerner from Dallas, Texas, and Theresa Ruth from right here in the greater Tampa area. And we're going to have them show some goodies, and we're going to go over a new template, and we're going to be good.
Great.
Right? This time we're going to get it in a half an hour. We were 41 minutes last time.
Oh, we were long. We're quite talkative.
So we're not going to chat so much this time.
Okay.
All right. Are you ready to get started?
Should I show the new template first?
No, Theresa's going to go first.
Oh, okay.
We worked this out ahead of time. So Theresa, if you'd like to join us, you want to turn on your camera. Hi, how are you?
Hi, Theresa.
Good. How are you?
Great. Wonderful. You are in the Minor Achievements Learning Center, right?
Yes, in sunny Tarpon Springs.
That's right. Absolutely. So Theresa is, she's officially our speech path at LessonPix.
She's a super user and one of the developers of the Sound Finder tool.
She was there at the poolside when we thought up the Sound Finder and was the one who advised me on how to do it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's been tweaked by a lot of people since then, who've given us other suggestions and stuff, and it's better. But,
as well as our app, Soundable,
and
helps tweak
yep,
that.
she was one of our testers there too. Yeah. So thank you for joining us. And you're going to show off some goodies that you've made with LessonPix. And I'm going to give you the full screen here. And we're going to probably keep the mic on so we can comment with you. But let us see what you got.
Okay. Well, one of the things that I used with my pre-K kids when I worked with pre-K and even the elementary kids is I use I make these little circles. See if you can see on here. I'm drawing a blank, Bill. Okay. AbleNet buttons.
Yeah,
Sorry,
that's right.
templates. They have from the Big Mac size down to these little jelly bean size. You can put artic words, you can do language words, and then I Velcro them on top of like milk jug cap. Orange juice caps, anything like that. You can even use water bottle caps. And the kids, what we do is we hide things underneath them, like either those goldfish crackers or Skittles, M&Ms, anything like that. And then the kids either have to say the word or use it in a sentence or say, is it under space? And then they get to check under it and get to keep the goodie if it's under there. And if not, they try again. They can also do language things with that as well. I also, and if you have that Lids and Lizards game, I think from Super Duper or somebody, you can make these bigger and put magnets on them and use it with those that you already have.
Hey, Theresa,
yes.
would you mind if I showed them where to find that? Because that's something that a lot of people wouldn't find, right? Because they're not going to look under that.
Go ahead while I get my next thing ready.
All right. So just to kind of show, let me take a second here.
Obviously, I totally forgot the word when it came to it.
Yeah, right. So hopefully you guys can see LessonPix. If you look when you're creating materials, the only round ones that we have are under communication devices, and you'll see that there's the AbleNet buttons and switches. And if you look in here, you'll actually find on the third page that you can make the little step-by-steps, you can make the big beamer. All of these are different size. There's the little twist tops. All of these are different size buttons, and they will actually let you choose, do you want to clip the picture like this or have it inset? So this is technically, this is circumscribed and this is inscribed. No, this is inscribed and this is circumscribed. But you let to choose which way you want to make this and then what font you want, and they will print them out in a round pattern. Now
you can go even smaller, like she did.
Yep, you can go. I think the smallest one on here is the twist top. I think this is the smallest.
No,
smaller ones.
It's the jelly bean. The switch.
Jelly bean switch.
Oh, no, I take it back. It's the talking bricks at the very bottom.
At the very bottom. Oh, you're right. These are the smallest one. There's 32
That's the
on
size
the page.
I use on the milk width.
Excellent. Well, I'm glad we did this. See
Yeah.
that? Another thing to remember is you can always shrink or grow our materials a little bit inside of Acrobat as well, just by giving a percentage, right? So, all right. So thank you for letting me stop and show that.
Sure.
It's all you again.
Hopefully I'll remember my words. Okay, I also use the symbol builder to make some lovely preposition cards. So I know a lot of people like preposition P. I love preposition P, but people like to have different types of examples to show the kids and work with them and make sure they understand. So I made one with the cat on the table, next to the table, behind the table, in front of the table. So you can build these kind of cards in the symbol builder pretty easily.
Really perfect.
And I made 2 copies so they can match them. They can sort by the similar preposition. They could play Go Fish. They could play Old Maid, whatever they want to practice. All kinds of different things. You could use them to do following the direction activities, put this in front of that, whatever card they draw, that's the direction they have to follow, anything like that. Another thing that I made with a new material that you might hear about soon are these
She's stealing your thunder, Lori.
Yeah.
Sorry. These 3-piece puzzle pieces, and I really like them because what I did here is I made some compound words. So tooth plus brush equals toothbrush. So the kids can work on developing their compound words. And then you can also do activities once they learn this to take away part of it. So what is toothbrush without brush? And they have to come up with tooth, or vice versa. And it's working on those phonological awareness skills.
Excellent. That's awesome.
Did you share
Yeah.
those in the sharing center?
They are. All of these are in the sharing center. I put
Excellent.
them all in there. I know my little circles are in there too, but they're older. So another thing that's newer is these cards where you can put the letters in to match the pictures.
Right. We introduced these on Monday. These are the clothespin cards.
I know, and I ran right home and made some.
Good.
In this particular one, I picked CBC words, and then I picked, the kids have to pick the initial sound in the word, and I also included the final sound in the word, so you can do both ways. And I tried to include some that they might say what are common errored sounds, like read would be R and W. Do they say weed or read?
Right.
So they can use the little clothespins to work on that fine motor and put on there the correct beginning sound or the correct ending sound.
Julie Marzano will be so proud of you.
I know. I loved her wiki stick idea. I used to use that stuff all the time in pre-K to circle sounds and our rhymes that we were focusing on, and I totally forgot about them.
There you go.
One more thing that I have is, this is kind of a multitasking activity. It involves using your breath support, your lip rounding, and visual motor, and also I made these little flies on LessonPix, and then I made the exact same template with pictures, and I printed them front to back.
Okay.
So in this case, again, it was working on the compound words. So what you do is you put a little clip on the top of the picture, you put fuzzy Velcro on the fly, and you can hang these by string with tape against the door or wall in your classroom. And then you get one of these fun little horns from the party store, where you get a whole bunch for $1. And you attach a piece of Velcro, the prickly Velcro.
Got it.
The
Very
horn.
cute.
And then you have to make sure it rolls up right.
This will
And
never
then-
work. This will never work. She'll never hit it.
I will. It takes some practice. It's not as easy as you think, but these are kind of hanging on the wall, like at eye level for the kids, so it's not real hard. And they have to blow and they catch the fly, and
Look at that.
whatever is on the other side, Like this is popcorn, so they could clap it out, or if they're practicing their middle K sound, they could practice that at the word level or at a sentence or phrase, whatever they are. You can make the pictures as versatile as you need to work on artic and language at the same time. They could describe the picture. It's a little animal with a long tail, you know, anything like that. It's very versatile. And the kids love it. Make sure they have their own horn, of course. But other than that, I have lots of other stuff, but I'm not sure how much time.
You're good. I think you've done great. Will you stick around to chat with us at the end?
Sure.
Cool. So excellent. Thank you very much. Let me turn ours on. So hi. Yeah. So you did great. Thank you for coming on. We may ask you again.
Thanks,
I think she
Theresa.
did great.
Sure.
Party.
I have tons of stuff.
It looks like, I like how you got red too. It looks like a frog's tongue.
Yeah, it goes well with like a frog activity, or when you're reading those wide mouth frog books or anything like that.
Very cute.
Very
Kids
cute.
love it.
All right. Well, thank you. Thank you
You're
very
welcome.
much. And
All
we'll
right.
call you back at the end.
Okay.
Let's get Deb on here. Deb, are you available? You ready?
I am.
Hey,
right.
Deb.
Hi,
All right. Goodbye, Theresa. Hi, Deb. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
Cool. So Deb is in Dallas, Texas, and she's a friend of ours from way back, and a longtime LessonPix advocate. And so I appreciate you coming on to hang with us. You're in private practice in Dallas, correct?
Yes, a little bit north of Dallas. I do home health. I was in the schools for about 16 years with the middle school and high schoolers, and now I have 3-year-olds all the way up to, I think, 35.
Wow.
Oh,
35.
Yeah.
Is it mainly AAC language? What's your practice like made up of?
Yes, I have just about, I have everything. I have feeding, I have autism, I have AAC, I have adults with Downs, I have adults with autism. I have 4 clients with hearing impairment. I have articulation. I have pretty much the entire gamut.
Run the gamut. Very cool. Well, excellent. Thank you for joining us. And you're going to show us a few things you do with LessonPix, yes? Or other things. It doesn't have to be LessonPix.
No, it is LessonPix. It's probably not as creative as some of the others I've loved, but I use it all the time. Because my office is my car, I have to have things that are easy and versatile because my office is my car. And so I have to have things that are able to use for a wide variety of clients and obviously a wide variety of ages.
Right.
So
Here, I'll give you the whole screen. All you.
Okay. Alrighty. So I know one of my favorites, this is like one of my favorites is the find the picture.
Find the picture. Yep.
It is like absolutely one of my favorites, but I use it a wide variety of ways, not just for articulation. I was using it today with my friends for articulation, but we were using it for the positional, so they had to tell me where it was. So it was between the, so the ST, my kiddos with phonological, so they had to tell me the florist. They had to tell me it was next to the turtle, above the flower.
Gotcha.
And then I'm also getting my vocabulary, my defining, my describing. What does a florist do? Where would you find it? Where would you find a florist? When would you see a florist? Things along those lines.
Gotcha.
So I use that. They can color it, they can circle it. The other thing that I will do is, this one doesn't happen to be laminated, but I have another copy that is. I love my Chipper Chat magnetic circles. So they will use those in my magnetic wands. Those seem to be magical for all ages. So they can put them on and then do the magic wand. So I'm
an engineer. What am I missing? What is this What is this
Oh,
thing you're talking about?
Chipper chat.
The Chipper chat. Oh, I wish I would have brought it. Maybe I can get a hold of it. I will see if I can get a copy of it. I will bring them up before the end of this.
Okay.
They are like clear glass circles with like a magnetic wand at the end. So they're little circles, and you can put them on, and then there's like a magnetic wand, and you can just wave it over, and they all pick up.
Oh, I see.
Very cool. Yeah, like little bingo chips with the ring around the edge.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so I use them for a wide variety of things. They can throw them and then magically pick up. So I will show you my
Well, yeah,
Chipper chat.
absolutely. After we do so when we cut to showing a new material, you can run, and then we'll get you when we come back.
And I can
Yeah,
demonstrate
yeah.
how they are used. One other that I use, again, I have my wide variety of skills and abilities. I mean, it's just really easy. Sorting. So I made this one, the CAFT sorting, colors, animals, food, and toys. I printed this off, but I've laminated and I put Velcro all around, and then I made the corresponding pictures that went with it, and they can just Velcro in sorting, because I have a couple of clients that are just learning to sort, and so they have to sort them.
Do it physically, right?
Do it physically.
Yep.
So they seem to like it. It was really easy to make. Took 2 seconds. That's one of the things I love about LessonPix.
Quick and easy, right?
And also because I am on the go, one of my favorite things is that I have my iPad. So a lot of times if I have a few minutes, I will start it on my iPad, and then it'll save. And then when I come home, I can finish it up on my desktop and print it off. So I love how versatile it is, and I can do that because I don't carry a printer with me in my car.
Right. Gotcha.
I've made, not sure this is how it was meant to use it for, but the
That's
penny
okay.
card.
Penny cards. Gotcha.
Again, my Chipper chat, or I know the daubers.
Yeah, bingo daubers. Yep.
The bingo daubers, but I like my Chipper chat because I can reuse them, and I get a lot of multiple articulation practice, just saying the words. And I've made them for action words. I will have the kids act them out for my little younger ones who are learning actions, or they'll use their device and find the corresponding action. I know it's a lot of them, but I have high hopes that they can learn 60 different actions. And they get to do the Chipper chat, and again, because it's tactile, they'll get to put them on and wave them, and if they do a row, then usually they get like a treat or something, and so, and it's a good way for me to tally. It's a good way for me to tally them.
And you laminate that and then use dry erase to write the treat in?
Yeah, or I tally them here, and I have laminated them, yes, and I keep them, and so they can identify. This one happens to be my articulation one, but I have made one for actions as well.
Gotcha. And just to explain why those are called penny cards, those are actually from Dawn Lecquar in Jacksonville, and she used them for keeping track of things working towards rewards and things like that. So, and she would put pennies in them and keep track of how many tokens the kids got, so they end up being called penny cards, but they're also indexed under tracking. So if you search for either penny or tracking, you'll get those. Okay.
Cool.
All right. Anything else you want to share with us?
A couple real quick. For one of my nonverbal guys that is preschool, this was just because he doesn't have a device or anything yet. This is laminated. This was in case he could just, for the staff, he could just make a request really quick because I just started working with him. It was, and also for his other little friends, they seem to love it too, just making requests, or it was just really quick of something I could do. And also the occupation.
I love that you have yucky on there, right? Going a little bit beyond request. Like, no, this is gross.
Comments, yeah.
Right.
Well, and the reason why I did it was because if he didn't want it anymore or he didn't like it, he would throw it on the floor.
Right.
And as I gave him that, he stopped throwing it on the floor, and he would actually point to it. And so they were like, "Oh, you don't want any more? Okay, and we'll stop." So
I love
wish
this
I
idea.
had the ability to put more, because I really like this because it actually fit on the table. It was a perfect size, and it could be like right above. So I'd love to be able to put more squares in this.
Mm-hmm.
But
So it's a good idea. I know we just added some additional themed mats, right, Lori?
Right, but that one goes
love
up to 10. I love your use to use them as a visual support during meals or snacks. I had thought of using them more for like sorting. What do you eat or don't eat? So I love this idea a lot.
So we will actually show the additional mats today.
Okay. Yeah, there's some new ones.
Yeah. All right.
Cool. Thanks, Deb.
Very cool.
Sure. Am I good on time?
I think yeah, we got time for one more. You want to do one more, or you want to?
Yeah.
Sure.
I mean, I'm sure I'm not the only one. I know everyone has done this. My favorite, you have folders for every book. I use both the YouTube for some of my clients who don't like the kid book. They actually like, I will just YouTube someone reading it because they stay more engaged than the actual book. I know it sounds weird. And some actually like the book. And then just using the actual sequencing. And then I have a colored and then a black and white, which I printed out. And then they actually just like throwing. I will have the card and they just throw it.
Yep.
So they like throwing it, I'll take it off, and then they can retell the story, or as I'm reading it, or they listen to it, they can get it and put it on, and then they can sequence it. And so they do it, and I use it for every old lady book, and it's just 2 seconds to create because you've already made a folder for all the books.
Yeah.
I like the use of that other template. It's
The
under
sequence.
schedules.
Yeah, the sequence schedule is a great use for that. Now, if you want, we have the large and small pictures template, which we show people using that with Old Lady a lot. But sometimes it's better to just make the big Old Lady picture and use a visual schedule that's actually meant for sequencing.
And it has the ordinal numbers, first, second, third, fourth.
Yep, they're already on there. Yeah, very cool.
Well, I did it for Hickory. Well, I did it for Hickory Dickory Dock.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
Very cool. All right. Well, thank you, Deb. We're going to come back and you're going to show us whatever those things were called.
Chipper Chat.
Chipper Chat. Chipper Chat. All right. So we're gonna do that. But we're gonna go ahead and show off a new template.
Yes.
Our change to a major change to an existing template.
Okay.
Is that right? That's really what it is.
Big change
A big change to an
current
existing template. All right.
Exactly.
Deb, thank you. Turn off your screen. Get out of here.
Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, Deb.
All right. So we've got a new template to share, and then we'll come back to Deb.
So today we're gonna look at puzzle cards.
Okay.
And originally, way back in the old days, we had made puzzle cards that were about counting
Right.
because we started in early childhood and grew
We've grown in all
increasingly
directions
in
at this
every
point.
direction.
Right.
And so we had two different types of puzzle cards. We had puzzle cards under literacy and puzzle cards under the mathematics.
Right.
And the literacy ones were just one picture matches with one picture,
That's
two-piece
it.
puzzle.
Right.
Very low level, very easy. And we had many requests to make different kinds of, like a 3-piece puzzle.
And unlimited.
Right, exactly. And so we
So we did
those
that.
up. We got them.
We did that. Lori
Yeah.
drew them and we coded it up. And why don't you want to walk them through where that is, and then we'll show the output.
Sure.
All right. Let's share our
Sounds
screen. And all right. So we are, believe it or not, I believe they can still see us. So be careful.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It doesn't look like they can see us, but we're over in the corner there.
Oh, I see.
All right, it's all
Well,
good.
Thanks for that
Yep,
warning.
heads up. Don't, nothing inappropriate. So when you're in the wizard, the Create Materials wizard, if you do a search for puzzles, you'll see puzzle cards. And these have been here forever. This is like our number 3 template. There's like bingo, picture cards. Pretty quickly there were these, right?
Yes.
And so I'm just going to go ahead with these pictures that I happen to have in the tray.
Okay.
And so now there are more than one style. There was only one style before. There was puzzle cards, and they looked just like this. They had 12 different shaped puzzles, and those still work just like they used to. So if you want to, these are 2-piece puzzles, and that's what we've always had before, and they are now the default. But there's 3 other options here.
Yes.
Right. So what's the first one? What is? Or let's do this one. What does 3 pieces mean?
Well, there you go. I love how you have that sample right there for
Yeah.
everybody to see. You certainly can do 3 pieces that connect, and each page is different,
And all of the connections, lines and shapes are different.
are unique. So you can make quite a collection of cards.
And there are still 4 pages. So that means there's lots of different shaped puzzles there.
Right.
Correct.
Exactly.
So they'll only fit
I think
together
5
one
pages,
way.
Yes.
5 pages. Yeah, I mean, you might be right. 5 pages.
So, and it goes, so you can do things like beginning, middle, and end, or find all the words that start with the same sound.
Right? All the 3 type things that you want
All
to do.
the 3 type things.
Got it.
Group them together.
Yep.
It's great.
The other options are the same, right? Show whether or not to show the titles underneath and what font to
And
use.
the font.
But there's 2 more. What are the others? What's this first one?
The first one is one matching piece. These are identical shaped puzzle pieces, so they can make an infinity length.
As long as an infinite length puzzle.
Thank
Very
you.
good.
Infinite length.
And so, but all these are the same shape, so they will all fit together. It's more about knowing the order.
Exactly.
Right, so-
or just interlocking pieces.
Right.
I like, for example, you could give a group of kids each a puzzle piece. They could sequence them and tell a story from beginning to end, however they would choose to sequence
Right.
those
Very
pictures.
cool. I will show some examples of these in a second.
Okay.
And then the last one.
Is the train.
Okay.
So train is a common request.
Yep.
The beginning is an engine and the end is the caboose. So your first picture will show up on the engine.
Yep.
And the last picture on your tray will end on the caboose. So you can make those smiley faces or a little ending picture or however you want. And then the middle pieces are interlocking. They can go in pretty much any order.
Any order.
They're
Very
all
cool.
identical.
And so these are smart enough to have a beginning and an end, and then however many other pieces you have will be in between.
The second, third pages will look like
They'll just have the
they'll
box
just be
cars.
the cars.
Gotcha.
Right? They won't repeat.
They won't have the
engine.
engine and the caboose. Very good. And you'll see here in the sample that this actually says number 16 because there were 16 things in my tray when I made that sample. That make sense?
That makes sense
That
to
makes
me.
sense. Well, I think it makes sense. So let's
Very
take a
cool.
look at some examples. Okay.
Okay.
Let's stop sharing our screen.
Hi again.
So, hi. We'll switch to the overhead
Goodbye.
the overhead thing. Goodbye again. All right. So what do we got first?
So that was the 2-piece puzzle, just a sample of it
So
right
this
there.
This is what we used to have, right? Let me see if I can show this a little bit better. Here's our 2-piece puzzle. And these are just different shapes. And this must be like page 3 because these look less like puzzles than page 1 do. Oh,
There you
here's
go. And this is the same of
there's the same one.
Wow. These are
They won't
minimal
fit together.
pairs for T to C.
Chest and chest. I got it. Got it.
Yep.
Okay. So these are the old ones. These always were there. There's nothing new, but they still work.
Yep, and they
These-
work great with minimal pairs. I really like the use
Gotcha.
of that. The next one
The next one
is a
would be
3-piece sample of a 3-piece puzzle. These
Gotcha.
all are rhyming words.
gotcha.
So you have to find the words that sound the same or differ
Right, so
by
bite,
one
night,
sound.
height,
And I
star,
like-
jar, and car.
I like
Very
using
good.
words that are not spelled the same for a little bit older
Okay.
kids. So like home,
Home,
comb,
comb, and
and
gnome.
gnome.
Very good.
Get an interesting spelling. And then the last one here is the train.
So this is our train. So this has got the interlocking pieces at the bottom down here that are all always the same shape. And then it's got the beginning and the end. So you could cut these out, and the correct order here would be this, and then this, and then the caboose.
This
But-
material has pictures that are in alphabetical sequence.
Gotcha.
So the rest of the pages would follow suit with D, dog and
Did you share this in the
elephant.
sharing center?
So it is in the
So
sharing
let's go
center.
take a look at it in the sharing center so they can see what the second pages and third pages would look like. Okay.
Sounds great.
All right. Hold on a second.
And this is about
Hey.
putting things in alphabetical order.
Hi,
Guys.
Deb or Teresa.
It's Theresa, sorry.
ahead.
One more thing you could do with those now is you could do mathematical equations. So you could do 1 + 2 is 3, or
You're right.
I
You're right.
like that.
because I
Very
know a lot
good.
of people ask for like the circles or the 10 frames or things like that. So you could do manipulative pictures with the counting bears or whatever.
Perfect. That's
Ooh,
excellent.
using the counting bears.
Yep.
Right.
Let me turn on my screen.
All right.
And all right, so Lori,
Yes.
where's Lori? There you go. So let's see. Here's everything you shared. These are they right here.
It's an alphabet train. Those pictures are actually from a song, I believe, from Jack Hartman.
Okay.
And it's on a YouTube video as well. So you could watch the video, sing the songs, and go over some of the vocabulary.
All right, so here's the PDF file. And so you'll see there's the first and last, and then every other page has 5 interlocking puzzles. And there'll be some blanks at the end if you're not a multiple of 5 plus 2. If you're not a multiple of 5 plus 2, there will be some, okay? So, but yeah, so this is a great template. This is a big change, a big addition to it, right? And did you have any others that they can see in the sharing center of the puzzles? The rhyming puzzles are here as well.
Yes.
All right. Very cool.
Yes.
Sorry, see that? I messed up. I didn't get that off in time. Sorry, I have a cold. I'm not over my cold yet. So let me stop sharing this and see if Deb is ready to show us her, whatever it was called.
Chipper chat.
Chipper chat. All right, can you show us?
Well, I would say magnetic chips because
You don't use a trademark?
find them. Well, they are Chipper Chat from Super Duper, but you can also find them at teacher stores.
Okay,
magnetic
cool.
ones. So I'm going to hold them up. So they're clear. They come in
Okay.
like this one, green, red, blue, yellow.
Okay.
See,
There you go. Very nice. And they got metal rings on the outside.
They have metal rings. I can't, if I do it at an angle, they're going to
Fall.
slip off.
Well, you're good. They look great. That looks great.
Here's the magnetic wand, and so so I can place them on anything, and then you pick them up and you go.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
So you can pick all of them up. So I have my kids, they like to throw them, but within a given space, and then they can pick them all up. And so then I also get some of my concepts. Did you get all of them? Did you get most of them? Who has more? Who got the most? Who has the least? Who has fewer? So I get
Very cool.
some of that as well. So
Well, I'm glad you got that. I would not have guessed that that's what you were talking about, but that's me. I'm not in a classroom. You've seen that before.
Yes, I have.
Of course you have.
these are
Theresa
fun.
has-
They're fun, and so I can use them a lot, and I use them all on. And they're also great bingo chips.
Yeah, that'd be great.
And they're
And,
easy.
we got a tip on Monday to use what you've done for years, to use Silly Putty, right? Because that
Or
way
the
it's
Play-Doh.
a fine Play-Doh. Silly Putty would work.
Yeah.
All right, neither one of you had to correct me there. So you can make it and use a pinching motion and all that stuff that Julie was talking about too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I didn't think of using these chips.
No, they're great.
Another tool from the past, like the wiki sticks to use. We've often said bingo markers,
Right?
but I like the fact that these are reusable.
Yeah, less messy.
You can use the template over and over again until it
Yeah.
dies and you need to print a new
It's
one.
That's right.
Easy to pick up, and it's easy to pick up, and I don't lose them.
Right. That's perfect.
It's fun to pick them up.
All right.
Yeah.
Hey, we're doing good. We're at 7:32. We're doing awesome.
That's our best ever.
That's our best ever. We're going to keep going this way. All right. Well, Deb and Theresa, if you're still there, you can pop up for a sec. There she is. Hi. By the way, lovely painting behind you by our artist here.
Yeah,
She
it's
painted-
my dandelions.
As a LessonPix symbol, you can project it on your wall and paint it there.
It is in the LessonPix library.
It is, absolutely. But I think it might have been painted there first.
It was.
It was painted there first. So, but it's great to see you there. And yeah, this is great. I appreciate this. I look forward to, we have one tomorrow, we have one Friday, and then I think we're going to go to once a week. So if you ever want to come back, Deb, Theresa, I think we're going to do it on Tuesday nights at 7, at least during the school year. Maybe not in the summer.
Probably not. in the
Maybe, we'll see. Maybe occasionally during the summer, once a month in the summer. Keep
summer. This is still in
the
discussion.
groove. Hey, there's good reasons for this. We've got good reasons for this show and tell. So thank you for helping us make it happen, and I appreciate it. All right, we all good?
We are.
So we do have a couple questions in Facebook. So let me go on over here and ask. It says, Janina asks, are they already in the program? So the cat and the positions aren't in the programs as searchable things in our library, but because Theresa made the materials public in the sharing center, you can always go there and then load your tray with those symbols, and you can use them.
That's right.
Right. So if you want to search for, Theresa, what did you call those cat position cards?
The cat position.
Cat position. All right. So if you look for cat position in the sharing center, or you are named Ruth TK, correct?
No, it's Theresa Ruth.
All right. So if you look up Theresa Ruth in the sharing center, you'll find it.
Yeah, all my stuff is in there.
I don't think they're called. Are they called? They're not called cat position. They're called position cards.
These?
Oh, let's go look.
These?
No, the ones with the cat by the table, next to the table.
Oh, they're called preposition cards.
preposition.
Preposition
It's in there.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So you can also just search for Theresa Ruth. If you find them, you can always load your load your tray with those pictures and use them.
Or you just download the material and print it out.
Yep. If you want to use them just like that. And everybody else loves us. Allison McGuire says, hi, Deb. Hi, Deb. So somebody asks, what is our schedule? 7 p.m. every day this week, except for yesterday. But we will be here every day this week at 7 o'clock. And then next week, we will be switching to every Tuesday. Right?
Okay.
Okay.
Yes. And if you would like to come on, please let us know.
Yeah. In fact, we've got a spot on Friday because we had to move somebody till tomorrow. We will not be showing any new templates tomorrow because we got 3 people who need to show off their goodies. And then on Friday, we have a free spot. So if anybody wants to join, Allison, if you'd like to join, we'd love to have you. Anybody else has LessonPix stuff they want to share, let us know. All right. All right.
Eastern time zone.
Eastern Daylight Time. It's like Florida might go to Eastern Daylight all the time. It's a gimmick. It's a marketing gimmick. They call it the Florida Sunshine Preservation Act or something stupid like that. They're talking about not going back to standard time. All right. So yes, 6 Central, Allison. Yes, 6 Central is when we will be on tomorrow night. And we'll have a couple people from Montgomery County, Maryland.
Okay.
And I think somebody from Cleveland. So we'll be doing more show and tell and less of us.
Very excited about these.
These are kind of fun,
These
right?
ideas are so original, and we always do the same thing again and again.
Right.
It's really neat to see these new ideas.
Yeah, how different people use the different things. It's, you know.
Exactly.
You make it thinking one way, and they use it totally different, and it's still amazing. So.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, very good.
Exactly.
All right, guys. Thank you both, ladies, and I look forward to it. By the way, I forgot this on
I
Monday.
was going to ask you.
I got to kick this cough. We actually have gifts for you. So we have gifts from Cough Drop AAC and Stacy Sensory Solutions and Augmentative Resources. I think I haven't gotten those codes yet. But if you're looking for an AAC solution, Cough Drop's got a code that I can send you for being on here.
Cough Drop's really cool.
And it's it's one that you can actually afford as well.
Mm-hmm.
But they did give me some free codes. And then we have gift cards for Stacy Sensory Solution, which is the only affordable sensory place I've ever seen. So if you're working with sensory kiddos, she's got weighted everything.
I
was going to say, Deb, have you met
Deb
her?
has to know
Because she's from
Stacy.
Texas.
Yes, she lives in my neck of the woods.
That's right.
That's what I thought.
Maybe
I thought
that's what
she was
you
from
need.
Dallas.
Maybe you need a Stacy's gift card.
Oh, she has the best stuff.
She does. And then
It actually helps some of my kiddos.
and then Augmentative Resources. If you've ever seen at our booth, all the stuff on the wall, the Velcro that's holding all the picture cards and visual
Visuals,
schedules
yes.
and things like that. So that's Cheryl Miller, who's in Central Florida. And are you going to turn that around, Theresa? I see what you're doing. I'm way ahead of you. So in that room, there is a wall full of Augmentative Resources stuff. And I will wait while she turns them on. But we have a gift card from Cheryl as well. So let me know which of those work for you guys. And anybody who wants to come on and show their.
There's some stuff.
There you go. Very good. I thought you were going to spin your camera around. That's all good. Yes, that's a great one. But all of those are great from Augmentative Resources as well. So thank you for being on here. And you can email me which one you'd like. And I will be happy to send it to you. And thank you. Okay. All good?
Thank you.
All good.
Another fun night.
Yep.
Good
Bye, Deb.
We'll be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. Thank you all very much. Bye.
Thank you.